welcome to Angling for You. You join me today at the fantastic and renowned Lindholme Lakes. We're on Bonsi today, peg 29, and we're after some edge fish, some big fish, some carp, and it'd be nice to have the odd barbel. We know there's some in there, but mainly aiming for those big lumps, those match-winning fish at the end of the session, and also a fantastic pleasure fish to catch as well. There's lots and lots of different ways to fish down the edge. I'm just going to run through my setup today, my baits, and the things that we're going to do to try and catch these big fish. Right, starting off with the bait. Bait, most important thing. It's all about the attraction. It's about getting those fish into that swim, ready to snag one or two of them, hopefully more. So I'm going to start off with, firstly, the feed. So as we can see there, I'm just going to zoom it in for you so you can see. We're looking at this Dynamite Baits product, fantastic, marine Albert based, so you've all seen me use it in my paste, but this is added with pheasant hemp, and it's obviously just a little bit more high in attraction. It's full of betaine as well. As you can see, it's sort of a clayey kind of reddy colour, fizzes and bubbles around your peg, and obviously that brings in the fish and it's high attraction. So we've mixed up some of that, but we've mixed some of it, and so it's over wetted. So as you can see, it's really wet, and we want that to sink to the bottom and stay to the bottom and hold the fish. I'm hoping today, with us having sort of an overcast day and it's had a bit of rain and it's still drizzling odd times, that the fish are going to want to go down to the bottom anyway. Fingers crossed that'll happen. So that's the main feed base. The second feed that we've got is corn. Good old faithful. Never go any commercial without it, never go fishing without it really. Fantastic bait, bright, colourful, and really high in attraction. Now we've fed 3 cups of the ground bait and 3 cups of the corn to start off with. Sounds quite a lot, but it's hot, there's fish there, it's a prolific venue, and you need to feed them to get them in there. So the second bait that I've got for the hook today is my old faithful, my paste. As you can see, it's not the super sloppy version, it's not super stiff, it's in between. I can swing it out, but it's not too stiff that you can't pull it through, and it won't be too soft that it's going to drop off. So that's a 50-50 marine halibut and green swim stem mixture. There's loads of videos that I've done on that. Just go and check out one of my paste fishing videos. It'll show you all how to do that. So next we'll go on to the rig. Now the rig is no messing about today. These fish know where to go, and they'll go there. So elastic wise, we've got some 14 to 16 hollow on there. It's probably as high as I'd ever go really. I don't tend to go too heavy, but there's snags all around, there's trees to my left. We really want to be able to get these fish in, and that same for the line. That's 020 line, and I'll show you the line we're using. It is the new Progen Tackle Gen Pro line, which is fantastic. I'm just going to zoom that up to camera. Fantastic bit of kit. So that's the line we're using. Really decent line, sinks well. Still low diameter to say that it's nearly 8 pound line. We've got all that the whole way through. We've got a little chimp 0.2 gram Progen float. Love these little things. Fantastic little float, really thick bristle on there, which is really important when you're fishing down the edge. You want such a robust float, and it really is a strong float and a great sort of buoyant tip on it there. I've put 3 rubbers down there. That's just to give me stability on the line. Probably about 10 inches down from that, I've got 3 of they're a new thing actually, again from Progen. These slots, they're a bit like the stots. They've got a green tinge to them, so you don't see them in the water. These are number 8s that I've got on, and I've got a bunch of 3 number 8s, sort of about 10 inches from the base of the hook, and then I've got 1 dropper number 8, which is about 4 inches from the hook, and then that's onto a KKMB size 12. The 12 sounds a bit mad, but we're going for double corn, we're going for paste, so it needs to be a good old hook, and it needs to be able to pull through that paste and also go through those corns. So really love the KKMBs, fishing with them with most of my fishing at the moment. It's strong, they're super sharp, and they don't let me down. So that's the main things, and that's the main thing about fishing. Fish with things that you feel confident with using. If there's other hooks that you like to use, then go for it, but I do like the KKMBs and a super strong hook, and geared up with this, we hopefully shouldn't be losing any, so that's fingers crossed. So what we're going to do is we'll get in position, we'll do my best to get the best angles, and we'll try and get some fish. Right, so fishing the margins, what do we look for? So the margin I have to my right, I am fishing, you may be able to see a white post, we'll do some close-up shots, but I'm fishing actually to the next peg. If you can fish the next pegs, then great. There's a little bush up there I can fit that I'm fishing just onto the corner of. Now I'm fishing the longer pole down the edge rather than the sort of top 2 or top 3 that most people do. I'm fishing probably about 11.5 to 12 meters down there, and that's just getting me away from the fish so I can sort of almost sneak up on them and get them feeding confidently on there. With a paste, I might have to just put on one of these little cad pots, just because I've got to ship it out in front of me before I go out to the side. That'll allow me just to sit the paste in, just so I don't dip it in the water when we're going out. And it's I think it might be paste that we're going to start with. So what we'll do is we'll get a bit of paste on, and we'll have a look down there and see what's happening. So like I say, at the start I fed 3 and 3, and that'll just be topped up dependent on how the session's going. Again, that's one of the reasons that my cad pot's on there as well. So I'm just moulding the paste. Quite a decent sized ball, like I said. Yes, all right, there's small fish, but there's also some big fish in here, and there's a high probability that we're going to hook into some of them. So that wedge of paste will be nothing to one of these fish. So get it shipped out in front of us. If you've never been to Lindholme Lakes, I would suggest heavily that you come down. They've got a lot of holiday lodges and stuff like that. You know, you can bring your caravan, but also then lots and lots of lakes to choose from, and you know, there's pretty much every type of fish in here that you need, really. I'll just drop that paste in now and just settle the float over the top. Just on the shelf near the reeds, remembering just that we need to be able to strike up when we hook anything on paste. Hook straight up and then steer out the peg. It's a little bit of movement on the float, which is hopefully an indication that there's some fish about. And as always with the paste, you want it a straight down bite or a straight up bite. This float visibility is fantastic with these Progen floats. They're fantastic fluorescent orange. I think with a thicker top it just makes it a lot easier to see. Into this first fish now in the session, the corn. There's luckily gone straight out into open water, which is definitely a good thing. Don't think it's absolutely massive to start off with, but you never know with Lindholme. Just a little fish to start off with. Nicely done it. Beautiful fish, let's get him unhooked. Perfectly in the corner of the mouth. Speaking of, hold still like a little rugby ball, rubber fish. Let's get him back in, see if we can have his dad. into another fish again. It's like another F1. Smart steering it out of that peg so they don't get under those reeds. There we go. The fish in the net. And when you're catching F1s at this size as well, it doesn't take long to rack up a decent weight. Just going to try a little bit of paste out there, see if we can tempt a little bigger stamp of fish. And then we'll play about with changing some camera angles and seeing if we can get some better shots. Just put a little bit of corn in with that paste, so there's a little bit of feed going in. So things like the places, the commercials nowadays got a lot of F1s and things like that. It depends when they want to go on the feed. The carp, sometimes it can be later on, sometimes it can be mid-afternoon. So we've just got to hope that there's a few that are wanting to feed, especially for camera. But as we all know, fishing is fishing. But we'll try put a bit of paste out there, because paste usually sorts out the bit bigger fish. So we'll try that. Into a fish now. Feels like a little bit better, but you never know, the F1s go off when they first get up, so it's more than likely another F1. Yep, just another F1. Let's get him back and see if we can catch another. Oh, this might be a tench. It is a tench, yes. We're very happy with that. Even though it's not a big one, I'll take a tench all day long. My favourite fish, if anybody is watching, my favourite fish by a mile. Absolutely love tench. It's made my day. Let's get him back, see if we can have another. Now, switch to a little bit of sweet corn. This one took it. This one's a little bit better fish. Oh, this is a lovely fish. Yeah. This is what we've been after. This is a very nice fish.
Yeah, I mean I can add orchard like
Glen.
Half a week, like what I don't do. Charlton, and then the other 3 little ones. Yeah. No, that's fine. Yeah, I'll finish it with these sewage. The quicker we can get it done.
And if I've got to count myself, obviously, got this strong gear. Takes time.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, because I didn't even know we had a lever.
Big fish.
Again, doesn't break everything to themselves, doesn't tell anybody anything about it, and then you find out they're not getting paid and they're not on HR, they haven't got a phone number. Yeah.
And if I've got to count myself, like I say, these big fish, once you know they're being hooked, they're now out of fight.
Yeah. No. Okay. Oh no.
Oh, it's in the net.
We will get there.
And that's
We'll
a
get
very
there.
nice fish.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I say, I'll
Heading on to double figures.
and see what I can do while I'm there. Alright.
Get him unhooked
See you
for you.
later. Bye, Joe.
Let's get him unhooked and I'll load him up for you. Right guys, just hooked into something a bit more edgy, as we call it. It's going a bit wild and it's trying to get towards the peg, so I'm just trying to put a bit of angle on it to get it away from the peg. Just until I get it under control a little bit. So it's literally done a lap of the pond as this one. So not entirely sure if it's foul hooked or not. I'm hoping not, but that fell to a bit of pace down the edge. Took some time coming. We've had quite a few F1s. We finally hooked into. Oh, it is foul hooked, but it's still a nice fish. Not massive, but. There we go. He's in the net. Bit better stamp than the F1s. Just nicked in the corner of that fin, which we're undone, but it's to be lassoed in somebody else's line. There we go. Easy tiger. It's a nice little fish, look at that. It's a nice fish. Lovely markings on him. And you certainly feel a lot better from getting that second hook from out of him. Let's get him back and see if we can have another. Into another little F1. Plenty of beans in this one. Well, I hope this video has been helpful to you. Obviously, it's a dangerous thing, margin fishing, and you can catch a lot of big fish and a lot of different types of fish down the edge as well. And it's a key thing to have and a key thing to attack when you're doing any sort of commercial fishing. And I'm going to carry on. Join us on the Facebook, Angling for You, and join us on the Instagram, angling_for_you. Like and subscribe, guys. Share with your friends. Thanks a lot. Tight lines.